This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. Today is Monday, July 31st, trade deadline day. But first, we'll get to some football news. Free agent former Cowboy Ezekiel Elliott visiting the Patriots on Saturday. The Patriots have recently hosted a visit for Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, Rashard Stevenson, and James Robinson. Didn't work out. Jimmy Graham is back with the Saints, and he says he would only stay with the Saints. Vikings look to option Daniel Hunter. Damar Hamlin returned to practice. Here's that after a cardiac arrest on the field.
Sometime you'll win, sometime you'll lose.
Bronny James came home safe after a cardiac arrest. He is home and safe. This is according to Sporting News. Chiefs Travis Kelce got in a fist fight with a teammate. Everything is okay though, but Travis Kelce says he's got to be better. Baseball trade deadline is tomorrow. I don't think the Royals will be making any big moves. I think the Royals will trade Scott Barlow and to the Orioles, Rangers, and Red Sox and Yankees, expected to seek relief help. On the pitching side, I'll just go through the players I would like to see him trade. Maybe Dylan Coleman. He has a really high ERA, though, 10.80. Austin Cox, possibly good enough. Again, when you get the young relief pitchers, will that be enough for the trade, or will the trade be enough? Zach Greinke, if we get some young players, at least a AAA player, I would trade him. Carlos Hernandez is rumored to be traded. I have never really been a big fan of him. He's got the best, only one pitch, and that's a fastball. Brady Singer, I think we got to get more out of him, even to be traded. Salvador Perez likely to stay, although I'd like to see if they could trade him. But he does have a trade clause and can pick to any team he wants to go to. I don't think the Royals will get anything for Nike Lopez, so whether they trade him or not is not a big deal to me. Drew Waters, depending on what we could get for him, I would think about it. Samad Taylor's a young player and enough where we should keep him. I don't think he has anything to get for him anyways. Miguel Garcia could be the leadoff Royals for years, so there's no reason for the Royals to trade him. Matt Duffy, backup player, and he's too old. Bobby Witt Jr., even if the Royals got a couple players, I think no. How about a walk-off grand slam this weekend? Royals trade Nike Lopez to the Atlanta Braves in exchange for left-hander Tyler Herron. A $40 million roster player has been optioned to Omaha. Lopez was the first debut in 2019. He was a good utility player, but that was about it. Cardinals Noriega is under contract for the 2022 season. It's $282, $331, $513 /trade. Trading him would make a significant rebuild attempt, and beyond that. On this note, trading him, he is over 30, so I would think about it. Before anyone asks, Noah Orietta, Paul Goldschmidt are going to both have no trade clauses, and John Mazinski will still return to St. Louis. Hard to qualify for a team trading. The Mariners are the first team to contact, likely to be a big trade place to get Brandon Donovan, who is And for DeJong, the Giants seem like the fit for the Cardinals players, the middle of the infield, and once more the hyper in the NL West. DeJong fits the bill. Other players I look to trade: pitcher Jordan Montgomery. I will admit I wrote this Cardinals article about 30 minutes early. And then it happened. Jordan Montgomery from the Cardinals was added to the Rangers. Mark Flendi's reports. The Rangers' top 30 prospects, righty Tiago Wobi and Thomas Sage, and lefty pitcher Josh King were all added to the St. Louis Cardinals. That's the St. Louis Cardinals trade. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt. I know his trade was the MVP last year, but he is 35 years old. There's no way. 36, you shouldn't trade him. That's Sam Vaughan smack. If I could get anything for outfielder Tyler O'Neill, I would. Cubs' Marcus Stroman looks like he's on the way out of Chicago. He's enjoying an excellent season for the Cubs with a player option after this season. Team getting rid of would be a good position as well. Stroman posted a 3.09 ERA season while striking out 105 batters. Stroman back to the Blue Jays has been floated around, and the move that makes sense. The Jays have gotten off to a hot late, and they need arms also. And the ability to Stroman. Prediction: be traded back to the Blue Jays. Other players I would trade for the Cubs: Cody Bellinger, look for what he can get out of him. Kyler Hendricks is 35. You should look for what you can get out of him. Mark Leonard is 32. Trade him. Julio Mayweather, 31 years old. Position players for the Cubs: catcher Yan Gomez, possibly for a trade for me. Micken, if they got anything out of him. Also center fielder Mike Touchman. Everyone I gather that I don't like 30-year-old ball players. You're right. 30-year-old people are fine. That's what I am. But 30-year-old baseball players, and really 30-year-old in any sports, you're going to back down. Quarterback and sometimes basketball being the exception. And sometimes baseball as well. For the White Sox in trading, we'll do that now. Trade options for the White Sox. 10 given, so I don't have to go over their article. Thank you very much for Sox 35 writing this article. First of all, the White Sox traded Lance Lynn for Kelly Johnson, Adrian Rose, and ultimately acquiring Aaron Hernandez. Dodgers acquisition week of all whom could be a free agent after the season. Lance Lynn and Kelly both have options in 2023. They are combined at $27.5 million for 2023. Trade one scenario for the White Sox for today: right-hander pitcher Chase Petty for outfielder Hector Rodriguez and right-hander Joe Blant from the Cincinnati Reds. They've already traded Lucas Giolito and Lucas Giolito in exchange. Trade 2, White Sox acquire infielder Vaughn Grissom and left-hander Dylan Dodd from the Atlanta Braves. The White Sox acquire right-handers Gavin Steen and left-hander Max Burns from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Trade 4, White Sox acquire Alex McFarland and Caleb This would be a trade done with the Houston Astros, as he is in the minor league club for the Houston Astros. Now, trade number 8 scenario: White Sox acquire outfielder Houston Kudstrad and Kudell Raynon Lopez. But this scenario has been completed as Lucas Giolito is out for the White Sox. the other players being dealt, please visit this website. This is Sam Vaughan. Trades that happen.